this is Terry. I'm just going to wait a few minutes for some people to jump on. I really want to just invite you, just leave your name, your comments below. I'd love if you'd share. I want to welcome you today, and I want to say hello to the replay, because a lot of you, I've noticed, will watch this on the replay. So I want to go ahead and say hello to the replay. Leave your comments, because I'll still see them. Questions, I'll still see them. So I love that. And today the topic is ROI. And most people know what ROI is. That's return on investment. Why am I talking about ROI? Because it's a new year, 2017. We need to get excited about that. I don't know, I've talked to so many people the last couple of days that 2016 was not a good year. I just want to encourage you, if it was a good year, that's great. If it wasn't, guess what? 2017 can be your best year ever. That's what I'm believing, that 2017 is going to be my best year ever. So much of your thought process has everything to do with that. But today I want to talk to you about ROI. Now, it's a return on investment. Scripture says it's seed and harvest. You sow and you reap a harvest. It's called the law of reciprocity. So in money, the ROI is I'm going to put in this, and what am I going to get back for that? Well, that's what I want to talk to you about today, is you can give, you can invest your time, your money, your talents, and you will get a return. You can even invest something that's not a positive. You know, you can invest into something where you get a negative return back, or you'll reap what you sow. So I want to tell you first a little story. And when I tell this story, the story's a little lengthy, but there's a good point to it. So just want you to listen to it, because there's going to be a lot of details that I think that you can attach this to. About 7 years ago, I had decided that I would go serve on a Saturday afternoon. So he's my husband now, and my son and I decided to go serve. We just went about this serving. We went with my church, and we just went door to door. We had no agenda, but we were passing out cupcakes and peanuts. I know you're thinking, cupcakes and peanuts. Well, we're from the South, so cupcakes and peanuts makes perfectly good sense. So we go to this one house. We knock on the door, and this lady and her daughter come to the door. Now, at first, I'll have to say that it reminded me of me. It was an older lady, which would be representative of my mom, who lives with me, and then me. So they came to the door, and they answered the door, and they're like, "Hi, how can we help you?" And so we just were ministering to them. We said, "We've got some cupcakes for you." And all of a sudden, I looked up, and I saw this big tarp over the roof. Now, as I stood there, I just glanced up at the tarp. Now, this was back in Katrina. I don't know if you've heard of Katrina. Okay, it just wiped out a lot of the South and Louisiana. And so I had known that the hurricane was probably about a year and a half ago. So she still had this blue tarp. So I just stood there and I'm like, why is her roof still has a tarp on it? So as I stood there and I looked up at the roof, I felt the Lord tell me, fix her roof. So I just stood there like, fix her roof, what? And so my son turns around, they close the door, and my husband said, what's the matter? And I said, well, the Lord just told me to fix this roof. And my son, he goes, now he was my boyfriend at the time, not my husband. He said, fix her roof? How are you going to fix this woman's roof? Well, what do you mean the Lord told you to fix her roof? That is the craziest thing I ever heard. And my son goes, you do not know my mama. She is going to fix this lady's roof. So we get in the car, and I start calling everybody I know. I call a good friend of mine. I call anybody that would want to sew into this. And I called my brother, and I said, I told him what size the roof was. And I'm like, how much would it be for labor? How much will the roof cost? What if we get it hauled off? Da, da, da. And he's like, oh, that'd be $2,000, $2,200, whatever. I said, well, that's great. I'll get everybody to give, $500, get 4 people to get $500 done. Well, so we just started investigating this. So my really good friend says, let's just call the lady. She's probably not going to let us drive up and fix her roof. I mean, you can't just say, oh, I'm here to fix your roof. I mean, really? And so we called her up, which that was a job in itself to find out the lady's phone number. We went to visit with her. And so we just started realizing that she actually had somebody that was going to fix the roof, the state or some funding that was going to do it, but nobody would call her back. And so my friend, who is a wonderful, like a dog with a bone, she's like, oh, give me their phone number. Do I have permission to call them? So she started putting that ball in action. And then I said to myself, okay, what else, how else can we help this lady? We'll just start visiting with her. And so we just started sewing into this lady, and then we heard of this one Baton Rouge company that was going to be redoing some things that people needed. You had to fill out paperwork, and it was the luck of the draw. I mean, you may get something, you may not. So we said, how about we put this in and see if we can get your doors fixed or your house painted. And long story short, this is about a 4-month process where we just sewed, and remember we're talking about return on investment, ROI. So we just invested in this lady. And as we invested, one person got on board after another. Hey, send me some hearts if y'all are liking this, or some thumbs up if this is adding value. So, and I also just want to tell you to comment below if there's anything that I'm sharing along the way. Feel free to comment. So we got this ball rolling, started that kind of momentum. And long story short, about 6 months later, we had so many people that invested in these people. The lady got a new roof. She got her whole yard fixed up, trees cut down, the fence taken down, a new fence. We got new windows, new doors. We got electrical. We got new fixtures because it had molded and leaked inside. Some sheetrock repair, all new windows, burglar bars on the windows, the whole house repainted. We walked away from that house and it was fabulous. Okay, then we turned around and we're like, look at this place and look at all the people. It even went in the newspaper, and we had a restaurant in Baton Rouge that came and served to the workers there that day. So about 2 months later, I had a roof problem, a leak problem, and we went for months trying to fix this roof problem. I finally called my brother and I said, I want the stucco guy, I want your carpenter, I want a roofer, and I want a painter. I want them all out here. And I got the contractors out here, and I said, I want y'all to just rip the whole wall out, repair the whole thing. I've got to stop this roof leak. This has been going on for 2 months. I've got to fix this. Let's just rip it all out, start over. So we ripped it all out. They repaired the roof. We started from foundation. How many knows that when something's not right, you got to take it down to the foundation and start it over? So we got the whole roof repaired. Now, this is what I learned that I did not see until retrospect. You know, a lot of things we learn in our life, we learn in retrospect. It's not the things that we see necessarily happening at the time. But what I realized about 2 months after fixing this lady's roof, I had a roof leak. But this is the real beauty of it. I called my brother and I said, this is about a month after that. I said, you haven't billed me for the roof. You know, your subs haven't billed me for the roof. He said, Terry, they all said it's on them. That no charge. Now I tell you this story because I want you to really see the dynamics, that there's a couple of things about ROI, or sowing and harvest, reaping what you sow. I sowed into this lady's roof, repairing her roof. Let me see here. God gives you the seeds to sow. He also, because he knows, he set you up, he knew that I would have a roof problem. I did not know that when I fixed her roof. I just heard his voice. I knew I needed to fix this roof. You know, that feeling inside, something, people will say, something just told me. Okay, for me, that's God. Some people will say it's their conscience. Some people, for me, it's God. He told me, I'm going to fix the roof. But looking back, I got my roof fixed, okay, for no charge because I had sown into fixing her roof. So I didn't set out to get a free roof or get my roof fixed, but that seed came back on me. So that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about what in your life is not getting the ROI you want. Is it something spiritual? Is it something physical? Send me some hearts. If this is hearts and thumbs up, if y'all are liking this. Hey, Joyce. I see Joyce and Jennifer. Hey, Charles. Thank y'all. Oh, there's the hearts. I see them. Okay, so we're talking about ROI for those of you that just jumped on, or for the replay. ROI, return on investment. So the question, because I don't really like to say, let's make some New Year's resolutions that is like so done. It's like, I want to know what my return is. I want to know if I do something, if I'm going to get something back. Intentional. Being intentional about sowing into something and reaping a harvest. And look, there's so many principles about that. In Genesis, it said there's seed time and harvest till this world is gone. Then you get the like kind. You get seed of like kind. If you plant an apple seed, you don't get an orange tree. So this is the clue. Look at your life. And the question I have for you today, where is it you're not getting a return on your investment? Or maybe you're not getting a return at all because you haven't invested. So where's their deficit or lack? That's where you need to intentionally invest. I know for me, I have invested this year. I've invested in myself. I've gotten a coach. I've taken classes. I've taken better care of my health. I mean, I have spent time and money. I've read books. So I've made a big investment in me and my business. I've bought equipment for my business. And so my question to you is, where in your life are you wanting to see a greater return on your investment? First, you got to invest with intention. And so when you invest it, be expecting big things. Think about, how can I be more on my game? How can I elevate my life? Where do I need to dream bigger? Where in my life do I want to move forward? Where is it I want to increase my return on investment? Or where is it that I won't even get a return at all? So that's my question for you today. And I want to show you. I love this. Now I got a gun, okay? I know how to shoot this. I just learned, actually, and it's not loaded. The magazine's not in it, so you're thinking, she's the crazy lady, she got the gun. But I want to show you something, because I want you to get a visual on this. When I went to learn how to shoot this gun, and it was the first time I'd ever really shot, I shot a gun maybe in high school 1 or 2 times, but never really shot a gun. And the guy that was showing me how to shoot had a target, of course, and he showed me about the trajectory of this bullet. And when I held this gun out, okay, I held the gun out and I would shoot. And so he would say, just move a hair left, a hair. And it changed the whole trajectory of that bullet. And this is what I want you to get, just a hair, something you can hardly even see with the naked eye. And the trajectory of that bullet changed. That is what, when you invest in something, you can't see until the harvest comes, okay? You can't see the return until there's some time. So you can't see that bullet when it leaves until it hits that target. And that's what I'm talking about here. Invest, even if it's just a hair, a little more, whatever it is, make that little tweak to it and watch your harvest. Expect for your harvest, your ROI. And I really, and if this is value to you, show me some thumbs and some hearts and share this with a friend. And what I really want to close with, or what I want to leave you with, is 2017 should be your best year ever. It doesn't matter what was behind you. I mean, it's good to replay the past, but you want to pre-play your future. You want to look into your future and gather what was good in the past and let go of what wasn't. Because if you decide to sow or invest in something, that is what you can watch for your return on. So your ROI, where in your life do you need to make an investment in and increase your ROI? So thank you. I appreciate you listening, and share with a friend if this added value.